Hello everybody and a good day to you all. Today I'm talking about the TV show You, Season 1, Episode number 5, Living with the Enemy. This episode is directed by Martha Cunningham. And here we have a truly messed up episode with some great reveals that was just so fantastic, sick and twisted, but beautiful at the same time. Oh, this episode was so messed up in a lot of different ways. Okay, first off, you have Joe, who is the stalker, and he got his girl. He got the girl. He got Beck, and there she's at his place. They're sleeping together. He fixing her breakfast. They have a routine going on. They have a lot of sex. Everything's good. Yay, 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 yay. Now he went to celebrate and be with Beck, and only be with Beck. But he has to be the good boyfriend too. So he puts up with her friends because she has to hang out with her friends, and so she puts up with them. But the person who he hates the most is Peach. And Peach hates him right back. And so Peach has been trying to interfere in the relationship ever since they got together. Peach doesn't like Joe with Beck. She hates it. She feels as though Joe's beneath her, and she's trying to do everything she possibly can to make sure Beck leaves Joe. Now, in a lot of ways, Peach is actually right about Joe. Joe is a psychopath. He killed the man. He's a stalker. And I said, I'm going to keep saying this all the time. He probably killed his ex-girlfriend. But Joe is a very troubled man. And you get a little glimpses of that in this episode right here too. Because there's this little boy named Paco who lives next door to him, whose mom is going with a guy who's very abusive. And so Paco wants to get revenge, and she wants to save himself and his mother from this horrible, horrible person. And so he goes to Joe for advice, and Joe gives him a book about the Monte Cristo. And Paco like this, dude, I can't be waiting on this long time to get my revenge. I want to get my thing on now. And so he wants to pretty much retaliate and go back at Ron and take him out, which is really messed up. Ugh. And so this is when you get a little bit of Joe's background. Now Joe sees a little bit of himself in Paco, and he tells him all this stuff like this: you don't want to do what you want to do, because if you do this, you're not going to see your mom ever again. You're going to end up in foster care, and you might get bounced around a lot of times, and then if you don't get adopted, you could go through the whole system and not get adopted, or you can leave and then go out on your own. Now I'm thinking this will happen. Joe, something happened with his parents. I don't know what it is. Maybe he killed them too. I don't know. Maybe they died of tragedy. Maybe his father was abusive. Whatever it was, he doesn't have any parents. He probably went through foster care, never got adopted, bounced around from foster care to foster care to foster care. He says, "Screw it, I'll leave and go on my own." And then that's where he met the bookstore guy. The bookstore guy took him in. Oh, he's also a little bit crazy, but he kind of forced Joe to love books, and which also pretty much gave Joe like an education. I don't know how far of education or background that Joe actually had. I don't think he went to college, but by reading all these books, he is really smart, and by reading all these books and getting understanding all these books, he kind of like taught himself. Now, what happened to the bookstore owner? I don't know. Because he was a little bit crazy too. He did a lot of messed up things to Joe as well. So maybe Joe could have killed him as well. I don't know. But still, that's some blank spots. But you saw Joe's fear when he was talking to Paco and trying to get him not to go in another path. He's going down. Like in a way, he was trying to save him from becoming him. And so you see a whole lot of back and forth in this episode between Joe and Peach. And then you also find out about Peach. Now I said this before. I said this in my previous video that I think Peach has a little bit of a crush on Beck. I think she's attracted to her. Because they had a moment where Peach was like caressing her hair, and when she was stroking it, looked very intimate to me. And well, that gets answered this episode right here. Not only does Peach have a a crush on Beck. She's obsessed with Beck. She has a whole catalog on her computer with pictures of just Beck. Just Beck. And she got a video on here with Beck telling her that she loves her and she's never going to leave her. And I bet she plays that thing to herself over and over and over and over again. And it also reveals some more about Peach's and Beck's backstory and their relationship, and how Peach had a stalker before, which I think she probably was lying about, and that she committed suicide before, which I also think she was lying about, because this is the relationship that Peach and Beck have. Now, some parts I'm feeling it on my own, from what I'm understanding. It seems like, because I always kept wondering, how in the world does Beck and Peach become friends? They're not in the same circles. They don't meet the same people. So I'm thinking there must be some type of party. Peach, growing up the way she grew up, suppressed her sexuality and tried to be the good girl her parents wanted her to be. Saw Beck and fell in love. And since Beck was poor, they had the money, had the influence or the thing, she felt as though she can save her. And so she brought her into her circle. And then any time that Beck started to rise up and start to separate from Peach, Peach would commit suicide. And then she'll call Beck to bring her back in. And then now Beck feels as though she got to stay with Peach, because if she doesn't, she may hurt herself. And so now Peach has Beck under her control. And then she even this episode right here, she even says Beck got an opportunity to get a career, help her career get started in writing, but with the school. Now Peach, instead of congratulating her friend, saying, "Well, good job," she pretty much said, "I got somebody who can help you publish your own books too. I have connections." And so, and then she put up a big name just to get Beck's mouth watering. She said, "Oh, really? You can do that for me?" Just to draw her in, and then have the man let her down. Just so she can return back to Beck and Peach can help her out. It's very sick and twisted. Like, she does everything she possibly can to make sure Beck stays on her side. Make sure Beck needs her. Make sure Beck wants her. Make sure Beck needs her in her life, because she can't, without Peach in her life, she won't be able to function. And that's so twisted and so sick. There's a scene in here where Peach has a suicide moment with some pills. Because the thing is, though, she knew exactly how much to take just to make herself sick, but not enough to kill herself. Even Joe picked up on that one, because she wrote it all down. She says, "Wait a minute, that wouldn't kill nobody." But then she gave this look to Joe. She said it all in her eyes, and it was like this: "I have her, she's mine. You can't have her. I win." And it was like this, it was just so creepy, and it was so sinister and so twisted and so evil. Here's the thing about Beck. She must be the most unluckiest person in the world, or the dumbest person in the world, because not only does she have one stalker, the OG, which is Peach, she has two. She's sleeping with Joe, who's her stalker, and she's best friends to Peach, who's also her stalker. Oh my sweet beans in the morning. Wow, how can anybody be this unlucky? I mean, she must have the worst taste in people I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how Beck does this. Now here's the thing. Joe comes off as a nice guy. I can see him fooling you, but Peach is just nasty. And the thing is, though, she knows the nasty thing Peach does, because she does it again this episode to one of her friends. So she understands how Peach's mind works sometimes. So she's not completely naive to it, but at the same time, she's constantly staying in her orbit, and like so twisted and so messed up and so diabolical and evil too. I was like, wow. Oh, and then there's gonna be a spoiler right here. This is gonna be a spoiler. So after Joe sees that little look in her eyes, he realizes right then and there, Peach has to go. And he follows her, and he knocks her head in with a rock. And the first time I saw this, I didn't believe it. I didn't think that happened. I thought he was daydreaming it while he was like running after her, just stalking. Like he was stalking her too. He was following her, getting her routine. And I thought he was just dreaming it. But nope, that's what happened. And then after this, he goes home to help Paco, and then he gets attacked. Holy mother! This episode is crazy, messed up, and sick and twisted, but all in a good way. Oh, it's so good. Oh man, wow! So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this episode of You. Oh man, this show is just getting crazy. Oh, so. So give my channel a big like, hit the thumbs up, boom, and subscribe to my channel and share. I really appreciate it. Like I always say, in my dreams and in my life, I am the Ninja Rabbit. Peace out, peoples.